Hello, one and all. So the first 6 minutes of season 3 of The Owl House has been released, and it is so amazing. It is so freaking overwhelmingly amazing. I love it. I probably watched this clip a dozen times, and I figured I'd share my 13th viewing with all of you. Huzzah!
I'm so happy that you as a big sister.
God, that opening. King, I'm so happy I had you as a big sister. I mean, just, oh God, the connection that he and Luz have formed throughout the first 2 seasons is so amazing. But just him saying had, it's him basically saying, visit Luz, I'm forcing you to leave the Boiling Isles, and you are never coming back. You are never going to see me again. It is such an utterly selfless decision on King's part, and I love it. Seriously, it just shows how much he's grown. I mean, seriously, go back and rewatch the first 3-4 episodes of Owl House. King is utterly unbearable. He's so selfish and childish and just a complete brat. But he's grown up so much since then, and I so freaking love it. Oh, God. Gus just falling apart. I love that so much. But I mean, it's perfectly reasonable that after the day he's had, after everything he's encountered, and after realizing I've left home and I'm never going back, crying is the absolute right decision in this moment. In fact, I feel like the rest of them want to cry, but they're just in shock. They are in such shock that they can't actually cry yet.
Hey, Mom. I'm back.
God, seriously. Just the sadness in her voice when she says that. It is... Oh, it hurts. It truly, honestly hurts. Also do love just how, calm she is about, oh, this is magic. Neat. I mean, I know she's been living with V for quite a while, but V's magic is just, transformation. This is, I'm gonna move things with the power of my mind. And I can wash dishes. And she's like, oh, awesome, that's cool. Not phased at all. I freaking love it. And this right here is everything I wanted from the 3rd season. Amity is just so utterly, utterly desperate for her to like her. Which, I mean, makes sense. Her own mother messed her up so badly. And now she's thinking, okay, this is Luz's mom. I need Luz's mom to like me. I need her to approve of me. I need some sort of mother figure in my life. And if she doesn't like me, my entire life is going to be utterly and completely destroyed. Oh, it is so adorable and so sad. Also, just the Band-Aids basically have Ida on the cover. Actually, yeah, that is Ida, Hootie, and King right there. Oh, that is dark. That is dark, and I love that. And here we have the secrets, which, are utterly going to come back to bite them in the butt. Not because of what the secrets actually are. I mean, I don't think anyone's really going to judge Hunter for being a Grimwalker. They're all pretty weird. And as for Luz helping Bellows all those centuries and millennia ago, I mean, yeah, that was bad, but all she really did was help him find the collector's plate, which, he already knew exactly where it was. His only problem was getting past the guard dog. And just given how utterly freaking brilliant Bellows is, sooner or later he would figure out a way to get past it, he would figure out a way to get the mirror, and he would figure out a way to make contact with the collector. So Luz didn't really do all that much, but she is still blaming herself for all of this, for the entire world being utterly and completely destroyed. Poor Luz. Poor Luz. But yeah, keeping secrets, it never goes well. It seriously never goes well. Especially in cartoons. Oh, it's gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Though, weirdly enough, I think Gus may actually already know both their secrets, because when he was trying to illusion Bellows, he actually entered his mind somehow, some way. Still unclear on how that worked, but he saw, the backstory. And what's more, he knows the story better than Hunter actually does, because in Hunter's mind, Philip's brother Caleb was just as bad as he is. He was a witch hunter. He was an evil, horrible person. He doesn't actually know that, Caleb fell in love with a witch, probably had a child with her, and that Philip went crazy and murdered him. But Gus might know that. Gus was in his mind and might have seen that and might be able to tell that to Hunter when Hunter eventually opens up and reveals the truth to him down the road. And as for Luz helping Bellows, I mean, Gus may have seen that in Bellows' memories as well. It probably wouldn't have been as important a memory as, him murdering his brother, but he might have seen that. Curious, very, very curious.
Someone...
Oh God, just the panic on his face is so precious. Hunter needs therapy. Hunter needs all the therapy he can get.
You don't know what he is or how Bellows found him.
He is an evil god. That is what the Collector is. He is an evil, chaotic god. Basically Cthulhu. But with a better sense of humor.
If we'll ever figure that out.
Luz, you are not subtle. You are seriously not subtle. I just said Gus probably knows the truth. Everyone probably knows the truth. Everyone probably figured out, okay, Luz must have done something here. She seriously messed up, but she'll tell us in her own time down the road. Yeah, they are very much not safe because Bellows followed them back into the human world, which is interesting, honestly interesting. I mean, there are two different ways I think this could go. The first is, it's just going to be, Stranger Things, where they have to fight Bellows and he's just a regular old monster they need to take down, which, I mean, certainly could be fun, but the much, much more concerning thing is the fact that Bellows is incredibly charismatic. He is literally a cult leader, so there's a very good chance that he could basically gather a following who worship him and convince them that witches are evil, that they cursed him and turned him into this monstrosity, and that they need to work together to kill the witches living in their community. And yeah, I could see it happening. I could honestly see that happening in modern day in 2022. I mean, people are, just as insane as they were back in his day. And I do just love how Gus is so overwhelmingly excited to be in the human world. I mean, he's still, incredibly, overwhelmingly traumatized. But at the same time, ever since, his first appearance, he has been so excited to explore humanity, to understand them, to see their relics, to figure out who exactly they are and how they live their lives. And now he's getting, a first-hand look at how humans really live. And he discovered bubble wrap, perhaps the greatest pinnacle of all of humanity's creations. Seriously, I don't know what Ida was doing with her whole owl house business, selling things in the human realm. She could have just sold bubble wrap. She could have just sold bubble wrap and she would have made a fortune.
Thank you.
Oh, God. And Hunter kneeling like that. I mean, he is a soldier, a knight, but this is just so awkward. Seriously. I mean, I would be a little charmed by this. I'm like, oh, he's bowing to me. That's cool. She is not. She abso-freaking-lutely is not. It really weirds her out. Yeah, and that attack on the alarm clock, that was interesting. I mean, apparently an alarm clock screaming in their faces is less terrifying than an alarm clock beeping. Oh, I love those two. I seriously love those two. Also, they're pretty cool with V being a basilisk, and we don't actually know much about how basilisks live in the, demon world in the Boiling Isles, so I'm kind of curious about that. I would love to see more of an interaction between those three. I mean, I'd really love to see a conversation between V and the rest of them about their shared experiences on the Boiling Isles. I think that'd be really cool. And seriously, just this wall of lose. So much freaking lose. Oh, I love it. Though it's definitely worth noting that she is, alone in every picture. I mean, her mother might be in some of them, but there is not a single picture of Luz, being with friends. And that really goes to show how alone she was back on Earth.
But they're not.
Yeah, I do love this. I absolutely love this inversion. I mean, all of season 2 was Luz basically trying to get back home to Earth, and, her friends helping her. Now it's the exact opposite. It's her friends trying to get back home to the Boiling Isles while she helps them. I mean, she knows exactly what they're feeling, and that just makes her guilt so much worse. She's blaming herself for how they're feeling, and she knows exactly how it is that they're feeling. Actually, no, she doesn't even know how bad it really is, because at least for her, she's like, okay, my mom, she's safe back on Earth, she's fine, nothing's going wrong. Whereas they're thinking, okay, right now, our parents, our family, our loved ones are at the mercy of a crazy, evil, ancient god. That's bad. That is so much worse. Oh, I love it. And then we get the musical montage moment. Oh, God. And the slideshow where Luz explains that she and Amity are dating. I mean, that is so Luz. That is so utterly Luz. But I just really wish, this had been, season 3 had been a full season. We've gotten like a full episode just of this, of Luz basically coming out to her mother and saying, this is Amity, we're dating, we're in love, huzzah! I mean, there is certainly drama involved in that relationship, especially after Luz made the promise never to go back to the Boiling Isles. And Amity probably wants to, eventually, after she saved her family and everything, she probably wants to stay back on the Boiling Isles. That is her home. I mean, she's certainly happier with Luz, but, she doesn't really have a life in the human world. So, yeah, Boiling Isles is probably where she's going to end up down the road. And she is so happy and so supportive, and I freaking love it. And Gus waving around bi flags and shooting out pride rainbows, which is really adorable, especially because, yeah, I don't think, gay pride is a thing in the Boiling Isles because there's no oppression. Nobody we've seen has ever seemed to be, the least bit concerned, annoyed, or against, two girls dating. Even Amity's mother, an absolutely horrible woman, had no problem with Amity dating a girl. She just didn't want it to be Luz, a human. So, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I really do love Gus being supportive, even if he doesn't fully understand it. And, oh, holy mother God above. I just realized Gus probably also doesn't know about racism, which... that might be bad. That might be bad. I mean, hopefully not, but... yeah, there's some very dark potential there, honestly. And here we go. This is the scene I found most interesting, where Flapjack was gnawing at the floorboard, while the other palisman just kind of looked at him like, what the freak is this guy doing? I mean, the fact that the portal always opened this exact location does seem to imply that there was a connection between, Bellows, Caleb, and this house. This might have been their house, in which case Flapjack might have been here before, and the fact that he is gnawing at the floorboard seems to imply there's something buried under the floorboard that they need to find, which will help them get back to the Boiling Isles. I mean, that's certainly my theory right now. Yeah, he is really going at it, and the rest of them are just so confused. This is not normal palisman behavior. Also just love the portraits they all make of their loved ones. I mean, Gus is actually a fairly decent artist, and... oh god, Amity, she drew her brother, she drew her sister, she drew her father. She didn't draw her mother. Her mother doesn't get a spot on the wall because she is just that overwhelmingly awful. And honestly, I'm really curious to see what she's actually going to be doing in the whole, post-apocalypse world. I mean, seeing a lot of people online who are theorizing, okay, if she's going to saddle up to collectors somehow, some way, sell out everybody, and just try to do as many horrible things as she can to get in close with him, which, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense, honestly. God, and the outfits they get are so freaking amazing. I mean, seriously, Gus looks so cool. Willow looks like a, serious skater chick. So amazing. I can't even begin to describe how much I love Amity's outfit. I mean, she's like a hipster goth, I guess. I mean, the outfit alone is really cool, but the hat is so amazing, so next level, and it just really completes the look for her. And apparently, somehow, some way, Hunter was able to find a Flapjack outfit in this store, because why not? Why not? Oh, that's amazing. I love it. And, yeah, I mean, she's being very supportive here, but Luz's mom, how exactly are you providing for, 5 kids in addition to your own daughter? Because, I mean, you're a nurse. I'm sure you're making, fairly decent money, but... feeding, clothing all of them, that's gonna cost a very, very pretty penny. And while they're certainly helping around the house with chores, it's not like any of them can actually work because they're all underage, and they have no form of identification whatsoever, unless Gus makes fake IDs for them, which he could certainly do, honestly. Okay, in this moment right here, I had such a problem with. I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love V's new look. It feels so much more her than just being a copy of Luz, but, I mean, V has lived in the mortal realm on Earth for, good 2, 3, 4 months at this point? She has friends, she has a life, and now that entire life has been utterly and completely obliterated. I mean, it's not like she can just go to her friends and say, hey, by the way, I'm a shape-shifting monster, and for today onward, I'm gonna look completely different. I mean, her friends from the cabin do actually seem pretty cool, but that's a little iffy right there. And even if that is the case, I want to see that moment. I would so badly want to see that moment. Instead, we're just going to have Luz, having to go to school pretending to be V, essentially. which is an odd twist of fate because V was pretending to be Luz, and now Luz has to pretend to be V, get along with all of V's friends when she has absolutely no connection to any of them. I mean, I get it was originally Luz's life, but she was not making good use of it at all. She had no friends, absolutely no friends. And the few months that V has been here, she has friends. She has an entire social life, and Luz has just come in and utterly and completely destroyed it. Why was there any need to make, V look different? Why couldn't V just keep going to school by herself instead of Luz? I think it would make everyone a whole lot happier. Though I do love how supportive Camilla was for her new design. I really did like that. And then things just got really, really dark as Hunter had this whole weird mirror moment. He saw himself, he saw Caleb, he saw Belos, and then himself again, and had a complete and utter panic attack, and tried to shave his head at 3 a.m., which, we've all been there before. Seriously, this man needs help. This man needs so much freaking therapy. And I just love how much he's blushing as Willow is helping him out, cutting his hair. It is so freaking adorable, seriously. One of my favorite moments in the entire clip. And of course he's trying to hide the book on witch hunting, which apparently they just have around town. Yeah, and their attempts to open a portal actually seems like it was doing something. There was certainly an element of magic here, but without Titan's blood, the whole thing kind of just exploded. And the building almost went down in flames. Also gotta love Gus, who seemed to think this is the proper way to use a fire extinguisher. Oh, that's adorable. That is so utterly adorable and so wrong. So very, very wrong. Yeah, V figures out. V knows how to use a fire extinguisher because V understands the mortal world. She belongs in the mortal world. And then we had just this utter monstrosity they tried to feed to the two of them for some reason. I mean, Luz has, been in the Boiling Isles for a very long time. They know what she can eat and can't eat. In fact, that was a whole big thing at the start of Season 2 where Edith said that basically the only thing that Luz could eat in Boiling Isles was, like, griffin eggs or something like that. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what they were thinking here. Oh, God. And then just this moment was so amazing because, back in the Boiling Isles, the water is, boiling, and you can't actually go out in the rain or you will die. In fact, there's actually a weird moment in Season 1 where Amity said that she and Willow used to take swimming lessons together, and it's never been explained exactly where you would swim in an island where all the water is boiling. And God, just Luz being able to share this part of her world with Amity is so utterly amazing and just magical, and I freaking love it. God, and just these two dancing in the rain, it's just so, so beautiful, and I freaking love it. I seriously freaking love it. And there we go, Amity making light for Luz. Exact opposite of what happened, early on, because Luz was always making light. That was her ability, her power. The first thing she learned to do was make a ball of light and send it up into the sky, but without the power of the Titan, glyphs don't work. Glyphs do abso-freaking-lutely nothing. So Luz is utterly and completely helpless here back on Earth. Yeah, no matter what she does, the glyph will not activate. Oh yeah, that is true. I mean, I said she's helpless, but she also has, the Talisman egg. A talisman does contain magic within it, so if Luz is actually able to get that thing to hatch at some point down the road, she might be able to access some form of magic with it. Maybe it'll allow her to, use glyphs even outside the Boiling Isles, which would be a huge power-up for her and would be so freaking amazing. And then she goes to school, which again, so weird and so wrong. V had a social life. V should be the one going to school right now. I mean, admittedly, V probably has a much worse understanding of math and science than Luz does, but she's a quick learner. She'll figure it out. Seriously, what is V doing all day? Has she actually told her friends that she is a shapeshifter, that she isn't actually really Luz? I mean, what's going on with that? That's the big thing I want to know. That is honestly the thing I want to know most of all right now. Not what's going on with Belos, not what's happening in the Boiling Isles. I just want to know what's going on with V's life. What did she tell her friends, and what exactly is happening with her? That's a big question. That is my big question right now. I know it might sound strange, but I want to know. I really badly want to know. Though thankfully I won't have to wait too long as Season 3 drops in just a couple more days. Huzzah! And honestly, I'm not really sure what to expect. I mean, like I said before, to either go with Belos being, oh, I'm a big, scary monster in the woods that you kids need to take down. Or I'm gonna form a cult and convince a whole lot of people that they should come out and murder you, which would be much harder to deal with. And much more in line with the whole theme of the series and with Bellus's power as a master manipulator. Very curious, very curious. But please let me know what you think down below. What is Bellus's big evil plan now that he's back on Earth? Does he even have a plan, or he's just, a mindless piece of sludge? When exactly are Luz and Hunter gonna tell the rest of them their big, horrible, evil secrets? Does Gus already know about those secrets? And what the frig is going on with V? Like I said before, that is my biggest question. That is what I really want to know. What is happening with V now that, Luz is back and has basically stolen her identity? I mean, I know it was originally Luz's identity, but seriously, V made much better use of it. But until next time, peace!